Soy Koi, Bal Oloram Nervore. Welcome to Season 2, Episode
11.
10. Ooh, I was close. Episode 11 of our podcast, where we get dogs barking in the intro. Sorry about that. Today's topic will be self-care slash home economics slash vehicle care, and each one of these may be turned into a longer episode at a later point. But we're just going to go into broad spectrum kind of things.
The basics of what one should know
Yeah,
for now.
the basics. Yeah, that's a good idea. We do also have, thanks to Shannon and our Joe Hassad, we do have
We do have a lesson?
I think so. I think she messaged it to me. I don't think she actually pinned it.
Oh, because I didn't see
Yeah,
one. She must have
yeah,
sent it to you directly because I didn't see one.
must have. I know she messaged me this morning asking if we would food words be good for the podcast, and I recommended it's like, hey, let's try to do some stuff for the topic.
Yeah.
So we've got the words home, furniture, eat, health, clean, rest or leisure, and drink as our words for this week. And we can always go on to the PDF or somewhere and look up some more if we want.
Mm-hmm.
So to say home, it's Yaim, spelled
Yaim.
Yaim, Yaim. Furniture is Yami Kebise. Yami Kebise.
Yami
And that's
Kabise?
Yami Kebise. Furniture.
Hmm.
That's spelled Yami apostrophe or Benton, if you want to use the Mondoa word for it. Kebise. Yami Kabise. Yami Kabise, sorry, not ka. Ke. We've got eat, which is epar, not epor. That's how it's spelled, but it's got epar for its pronunciation. So it's spelled epor, but that por is pronounced par, which is really weird because I found another word that's spelled tron, but it's spelled like troon. So there's pronunciations are not going to look like where it would
How
you would
is
expect it
Troon
to.
spelt?
I would have to look at that to let's see. Let's get into the PDF and find out.
Because I don't see that one. What's it supposed to mean?
I don't remember. Hold on. Control find. I'm actually going to look up the pronunciation because that's probably going to get it to me faster. 12 options. Okay, so the word is spelled Troan, but it's pronounced Tron, Trawn, like Thrawn without the H.
I have it being pronounced T as though it's a Trohn, and it's face for the PDF that I have.
Gotcha. Let me actually look up, now that I know the actual word, Troan. See if I can find there it is. Yeah.
Because I have
Mandoa PDF, the Mandor PDF, the one that's linked in the language channel, has the word face, the English word face, as being spelled in Mondoa Troan,
Tron.
and the pronunciation being Tron, Trawn. Like I said, Thrawn without the H.
That's odd. The PDF I have has it with an H, not a W, more like Tron.
Interesting. Like I would expect it to be Tron, because that's actually how it looks like it should be pronounced. But then we've also got E, which is Epar, and it looks like it would be spelled or pronounced Epor. And actually right below it, health, which is Jahal, looks like it would be pronounced Jahul because it's Jahool. Kind of weird.
That looks like it would be Jahul. Jahul.
I would before I saw the pronunciation, I was thinking Jahul, which is weird because I think we actually have a character in Destiny, Master. No, I was thinking Rahul. That's where I was thinking it from.
Mm.
The Cryptarch.
Yeah.
I was thinking Rahul when I saw Jahul, so that's how I thought to pronounce it. But it's Jahal.
What is how is that one spelled?
The Jahal?
Jahaal?
OOL.
I don't know.
You're looking up the PDF, aren't you?
I must have a different PDF because the Jahal that I have is health. And it's spelled J.
From the Joha because it's not showing up in the Mandor PDF.
Do I have the PDF for the Kun Johad and didn't even realize it?
The Kun Johad doesn't have not that we have linked anyways.
I don't know where I got this from
That's
then.
my knowledge. The Kun Johad is literally just a paperback book. No PDFs available yet.
I have no idea where I got this from then, because I could have sworn that I got it from here last year when I first joined.
Most stuff comes from is from the language channel.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
I have to get with Shannon and see where she's getting some of these words.
I'm going to share. I'm going to share this document.
While you're doing that, I'm going to finish up with the last three words we've got here. We've got clean, which is Cinish, spelled Cinyc. Cinish. And then we've got rest or leisure, which is Udis.
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 Almost. Ooh, not who. Udis.
New
mama.
new come Hoodies.
Garbuir, yo mama. And then we've got drink, which is pure ore. I'm sorry, that does not look like it should be right. There's PIPUR. How is that pure ore?
What's the
Let's
word?
look that up. PIPUR. Another one that is not in the Mandor PDF. So what does it say? Drink? R-I-N-K. And we got 6 options. Let's see.
Let me buy you a drink.
Okay.
Gala.
There's a typo. It's actually PIRUR. That's why it's pure ore.
Pure ore.
It's not PIPUR. It's PIRUR.
Okay.
So there's some typos going on. So let me look up health and see what that comes up with.
I have health as Jahal.
Yeah, there's definitely some typos going on.
Pronounced
because Mandor PDF has JAHAAL.
Yeah. Unless they're getting it from the Kun Johad book and they have a different spelling for it, being that it's a different dialect. I believe then from what this one is.
Word for word, they're spelled the same. For what word they have.
I sent you the one that I've been going off of. Welcome to the struggles of a new language that's growing and being created as the days go on.
Like we literally make shit up. We make words up.
we try to be sensible with it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. We try to be close.
But there's only so much. There's only so much that we can do.
Okay, so what you're using, I think, is the Mondoa.org. I think that's what it is. Where is it? Do I not have that open anymore? Shut up! Oh, there we go. Let's see what that comes up with. Let's go to Lingo Jam and see if it has a single word. Nope, no
Yeah.
single word.
Mandoa.org is where I got that from.
Okay. Should be this. I'm not going to say it's the same because one might have more words than the other.
This has the one that I currently have has 2,222 words in Mandoa. Right. Words/phrases.
Oh, I do have the Mandoa.org open. It's just a different symbolism. I thought that was the PDF that I had open right there.
Yeah,
I know the PDF has got it's a 81-page document.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many pages the the Excel sheet you sent me has, or would be if you decided to print it.
2,222 lines.
Right. It says 2,066. It's got 1,210 nouns, 434 verbs, 363 adjectives, 59 adverbs, 10 names, 33 prepositions, 3 articles, 9 conjunctions. Yeah, fuck, I hate English.
And yet we want to learn Mandoa.
Grammar. Fuck, I hate grammar. I can't say English because we're learning Mandoa.
English is hard even for English speakers.
Words are hard.
Funny enough, America is the only one that has its own language as an actual required language class in the world. No other country does past, like, basic elementary.
Right with the right.
There, and there.
2.
Oh, there was a
your. There's so
And then you have certain words that is like you have it spelt a certain way, it's a different sense. So then it's like, oh, you add this and it's pronounced this way. No, that's pronounced this way.
Like dough and rough.
Exactly.
Just one letter difference, but it's not row.
Mm-hmm. No, that's ROW.
No, not row your boat. I'm talking about like ROUGH, rough.
Oh no, I know that.
But it's spelled the same way as dough, but with an R.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, no, that's rough. What you're saying is spelled ROW.
Yeah. Or tough. It's not toe.
Mm-hmm. Oh. No, because that's TOW.
Yeah.
Add one letter and though becomes thought.
Exactly. Not tote. That's TOTE.
But
back to the language, back to my messages. Okay, so yeah.
Not even
besides some
only a few minutes in and we've already derailed.
This is the way.
Hibicrony.
So let's get into the home economics. We have decided that we're going to start doing some basic life skills that everybody should know how to do, whether you're a youngling or the elder of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has got room to learn some new skills.
Or this is something that
basic stuff that you would think, like common sense, you would know how to do.
Yeah, these are skills that those who have younglings, foundlings, should teach.
And this is going to be stuff not anything in depth. Like we're not gonna actually bake any cakes or
Yeah,
wash
no.
our dishes. We're not gonna wash our chicken with Dawn dish detergent. And if you're doing that, please fucking stop. You're not actually cleaning anything. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Dawn dish soap, you wash your dishes with it.
Right?
You do not wash your food with it because that is toxic.
You rinse your food. You don't wash your food.
Correct. Now, if you want to quote unquote wash, use a salt bath.
True.
I mean, that's one thing I could talk about is how to properly clean a cast iron skillet. It is not the same as anything else.
Yeah, please tell me you're not using a Brillo pad on that.
No.
You're gonna have to re-season that if you do.
Mm-hmm.
Which is another thing. People don't know you actually have to season your skillets or your cast irons.
Yep.
Some of those don't come pre-seasoned. And what I mean by pre-seasoning, I'm not talking about turning the stove on, putting your seasoning in, and putting your food in.
Nope.
You're actually gonna cook you're gonna cook your food in it, but don't wash it. Rinse it.
Well, yeah.
Sanitize it, but don't.
You use your hand or a soft.
Put it in the dishwasher.
You use your hand, a little bit of water. If anything, very, very light soap. Very light soap.
Not like maybe I don't know, about a dime size.
Yeah. And either use your hand or a very, very soft cloth. The soap is more there for antibacterial purposes than anything else.
Yeah. No rough.
Personally, if you're going to, after a while, you do need to re-season it. The method that I prefer using is salt. You use salt to wash in the pan and then rinse it out, and then oil, throw it in the oven, high temp, let it cook.
Or the grill.
Or the grill, yeah.
Covered grill.
Yeah. Let it have a bit of that smokiness. Smoke your pan.
Don't actually try to smoke your pan. That's not it's not a crack spoon.
That's not the smoking we're talking about, people.
No.
Can we agree that Mandalorians shouldn't do drugs of that nature?
No spice, people.
Like,
And
personal.
I'm not talking about seasoning spice. Do you want to buy some death sticks?
He who controls the spice controls.
I'm so waiting for that second part, by the way.
I haven't even seen the first. I know very little about Dune,
It
to
was
be
really
honest.
good. The first part of Dune was really good. The new one, really good.
Glad you enjoyed.
Now, personally, I've liked Dune. Whether it was the yeah, I know you started it with the spice, okay?
Hey, I was just saying. I just made the comment of one shouldn't do drugs of that nature.
And see where we're at now.
And you're the one that said don't do spice.
Well,
you brought it up first, sir.
Spice is from the Star Wars universe too, you know.
No, that's a death stick. That's different.
No. Kessel. Mine's spice.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's fair. Okay, you got me. I'm sorry. Whenever I hear spice, I think of Dune. Okay, and I don't even know much about it.
Because I've read the Han Solo books.
The Pike industry.
Yeah, the Pikes. That's spice.
Mm-hmm. Freaky alien genotypes.
Right. So we're talking about seasoning.
Seasoning one's cast iron.
Yeah.
And mind you, truth be told, cast iron is probably far better to cook with than any other pan out there. honestly.
It's heavy as fuck, but if
There's a
you've got it seasoned right, ooh man, that'll turn all your dishes into. You'll be
here.
on cloud nine.
Here's another reason. If you don't have, if you for whatever reason run out of power and need to cook on an open flame, can't do that with anything but a cast iron.
Mm, if you've got a gas stove, you can still use your skillet.
Well, yeah, but that's like
You don't have to have electricity to use your gas stove. You just have to have
fair.
something to light the flame,
Okay, fair. You got me there.
to light the gas fire.
That's also
Because
like,
my parents' house, they have always had gas.
mm-hmm,
We've never had. Well, no, I can't say never because the apartment. Well, that's an apartment, not a house.
mm-hmm,
Uh, every the three houses we've lived in over my childhood to adult life, we've always had gas.
mm-hmm.
So regardless of whether we had power or not, we could always cook something.
Okay, fair. You got me there. Still prefer cast iron on an open flame personally.
Oh no, I'm not saying that's not right. You were saying don't use anything but cast iron on an open flame.
Correct. I'm thinking
Well, I
more.
was just making that correction that you can still use your pots and pans, your normal pots and pans on an open flame.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get better food out of a cast iron if it's properly seasoned. Asterisk.
Now, I will say this: there are some pans out there that should not be used on an open flame. Period. There are some out there.
And you're not wrong.
Your high end
Do I know
ones,
what
your high
those
end
are?
ones are
You
okay.
don't.
The high end pans out there, yeah, those can be on an open flame. Your cheapo Walmart ones,
Probably not. Those are
Can't-
probably best left for electric.
can you? Yes. Should you? Not for long.
I mean, I've got Blue Diamond, I think, is the brand I use.
Mm,
I've got two Blue Diamond skillets.
mm-hmm.
Let's see what that word is. Skillet.
Which one?
Skillet.
Skillet.
We don't have a word for skillet. Try pan. We have 32 suggestions for pan.
Does it specify?
Frying pan. There we go. Het Gaid. Het Gaid. Het Benton Gaid. Het Gaid. And let's see what a pot is. Pot. Buyika. Buy Benton Ika. Buyika.
Booyaka, booyaka, 6198. Sorry. Wrestling fans out there, you know what I'm referring.
Buyika.
I'm going to say wrestling fans will get my joke.
Mm. If you want to say descendant, boo-boo-odd.
Wait, what?
Boo-boo-odd. Descendant.
Booboad.
Yep.
Oh, I gotta find that one now. B-O, correct?
B-U-B-U apostrophe A-D. Boo-boo-odd.
Booboad, yeah?
Mm-hmm. What, you thought I was fucking
No.
with you?
No, I was just like, do I have that? Yep, it's right there.
And then, see, whenever I started reading the books, I always thought N-E-R was ner. It wasn't until I got into the faith and found the text documents that I actually figured out is pronounced N-A-I-R, nair,
Yeah.
like the hair removal brand.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got B-E-R, which is fee or payment, and it's pronounced bear. B-A-I-R, not B-E-A-R, like the animal.
I'm gonna type you a word. I want to know how you would pronounce it.
All right. I'm assuming it's going to be DM.
Off to the side on the Mandoa voice channel.
Okay.
How would you
What are you
pronounce
talking about?
that?
Just reading it, I would assume Bexar, but you're probably going to say bizarre.
Nope.
All right, hold on. Don't tell me. I'm actually going to look it up.
You're close for
Is this a
the
Mondoa word?
no. This is not a Mandoa word.
Okay.
This is to show kind of how languages can be weird. It should have a Latin flair to it.
Bizarre.
No. The
All right.
proper way to say it is behar. But in English it's bear.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. But looking at it you think Bexar.
Stay on the shop. Stay on the shop. And that's how far I've been able to proceed with Mondoa. I can actually take other words and realize, oh, hey, this is what it would be.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've got what, when, who, where is Tion. Tion.
Mm-hmm.
The is literally just te. Remove the H.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, you got shop.
An extra long language lesson today.
I mean,
we do need to do like a basic grammar lesson, like go more in depth.
And honestly, we can kind of do that. So, I'm just going to take this one page that I'm looking at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime I see a beginning of BU, it's always pronounced boo. BOO.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you see a BA, it's either going to be pronounced ba, but it's either just going to be pronounced BA or BAH.
Well, one thing to remember, and this will be for teaching, is where did I put that?
And while he's looking for that, if you ever see BIR, it's pronounced beer or B.
Cheers.
Because sometimes, like, if you see the word many, it's B-rove, not beer of. So it may depend on what comes behind it, but that's only 3 words that come at the end of this section.
Mm-hmm.
That nope, sorry, 2. Many and multiple many. Many multiple. So you've got a single many, or you got multiple manys, and those are the only 2 that I see that are pronounced B instead of beer when you see BIR.
Mm-hmm. Because the thing about that is, unlike what most people would see where they have like the Mandoa letters for that correspond with the English alphabet, we're actually going off of a 32 letter alphabet with
one 6-letter English alphabet
with 11 vowels, the rest being consonants.
Yeah.
We currently are working on the written form, trying to get that more possible versus what is currently available, as well as a number counting system. As of right now, we don't have actual names like A, B, C, D. We only have the sounds that they make. Similar to like how Japanese, you have be, or you have each.
No.
Oh shit! I'm trying
to put that in the room if you don't stop playing with it. Right. I'll be back in just a second. Dog wants to play with the squeaky toy, but I don't want to play with the squeaky toy right now, so I'm going to go hide the squeaky toy.
Yeah, we can't have that.
No.
Yeah, we're similar to Japanese, like hiragana, where the symbols themselves don't have a necessarily specific name as one would think. For like in English we have A, B, C, D, E, whereas
Yeah.
in Japanese for hiragana they have a, ka, sa, ta, na, ha, ma, ya, ra, ra, wa, iki, shi, chi, ni, hi, mi. Mandoa currently is kind of that same way, where it's more so the symbol is named by its sound that it makes. So for our vowels, we have A as in garden or bath, O as in orange or open, I, kind of seen with a AYEY kind of sound for day or gray, being the examples. We have E as in, or E as in step or men, similar to your soft E. And then we have E, which is two E's, converting to English, as in flee or see. And then we have I, AI, as in buy or your eyeball. We have oo, oo, and uu, as in soup and book. We have a, or as in pun or under, uh, similar to a. We have
Say not to be confused with the
u,
no.
or the the
Yeah.
the sound. Yeah, you have a.
The actual vowel itself is pronounced ah.
Yeah, you have as in garden or bath, which is similar to an sound, and then we have which is a soft a, as in pun or under. Wait, I might need to.
Then we've got I as in rib or sip.
And then oi, as in toy or boy, and then ooey.
Oi. I'm going to say oi or oi,
Ooey?
ooey or chewy.
Yeah, buoy and chewy. And then oi as in toy and boy. Those are the vowels that Mandoa uses.
I apparently have my girlfriend's tablet underneath my. Because it just lit up. I was like, what the fuck is that?
I just messaged.
Tablet.
Next, with consonants, now there are a few special. There's three characters that are consonants that have special things around them that I will get to when I get to them. The first consonant is m, as in make, similar to m. N, as in not.
I'm thinking those are just the letters, not you're not needing to make the sound.
Well, no, the
M as in you make.
m as in make, n as in not, d as in dad. And the reason why I'm giving sounds and not just the letters themselves is because a few of them down the line are actual sounds. More so than. And why I say that we don't have actual names like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like you do in America.
This is how you would pronounce. Because that's not actually the letters.
Yeah, this is how it's pronounced, similar to.
Because we also have C and K,
which
would mostly pronounce as a K, curse, or kill.
But we don't have them as two separate letters. We just have them.
No, but they're pronounced basically the same way.
And And then later on we have ch, as in chair. And what one would see a V or an F is pronounced f, as in funk, which this is one of the special ones of that letter is not present in Mandalorian original alphabet, but was included in it after the culture made contact with other species and languages. Okay, so as a
to intake those words or letters is basically what that means. And the letter Z, pronounced as zap, is one of the most uncommon in the Mandalorian alphabet, which is only used in transliteration of foreign words, or very rarely to indicate the combination of the letters TS, which sound like Z. Like Z. Like the Johas Sod.
Exactly.
Which would, according to this, be pronounced Johazad. Instead of the TS.
Yeah, it would be. It should be a Z. It should be a Z sound.
Sod instead of Sod. So you learn. You're not just learning letters. You're realizing, okay, we're trying to do this at the same time.
Ever since last week's, when we realized we were pronouncing Treshore wrongs.
Treshore.
Wrong. Treshore.
Like, oh, there's a pronunciation missing. I was like, oh, I'm fucking up.
Which we did apologize in that.
Yeah.
We are working on better understanding because even though
I never thought it was Nair, I thought it was Nervod.
Well, I mean, until corrected, one is not gonna know.
And for some reason, I've got narwhal
swimming in the ocean.
I don't know why that jumped in my head.
Narwhals swimming in the ocean because they are so awesome.
And now it's stuck in your head. You're welcome.
Things like that live in my head rent free for.
Right.
Welcome to ADHD.
The fun way, I've actually got a musical number which gets, anytime something gets stuck in my head, I start humming this and it gets out of my head within a second. Want to know what it is? The Imperial March. Anytime something gets stuck in my head, I'll like, why is it in my head? Unless it's like Super Mario, it's like
curse you, video games and sci-fi.
I just saw you send something. Where did,
I put it in Mandoa.
Mandoa. Out of that part. Gotcha. For reference, anything that we talk about here is available in the Discord server at any time. As long as you've been a vetted member, which the vetting is literally just to
make sure you're not
and the troublemakers away from the server, so we don't have issue. But everybody is welcome. That's part of the way. Which is, I'm not going to say concerning. We're still in it.
There's a cat.
That's a dog.
Oh, they saw a dog, not a cat. Kill.
No, she hears something on the other side of the wall. On the other side of the door, and it could be a running leaf. For all she fucking knows. Probably a person, but they're walking past the entryway. Or walking up the steps, going to one of the other 3 units that I'm in.
So, You want a good command for them to attack.
No, but if I want her to shut up, I tell her I'm going to put you in crate.
I was gonna say if
Kids.
you
I hear the kids yelling now.
Kira Amor.
It's the Adika.
Hey.
The neighborhood Adika.
Kira Amor. Kill.
That would be for the German Shepherd, not her.
Oh, what's her breed?
Shepherd Boxer.
Uh,
But
didn't someone just come in?
not on mine. Oh no.
Thought I thought I heard someone come in.
I don't think so. But Dirge was saying, "Dang, missed it." And then I replied, "I was like, we're still in it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. There's 2 people down there in the voice channel."
Yeah.
But going back, let's backtrack. I know our language is always an important topic, but we actually have topics we're trying to do here. So talking back into home ec,
Mm-hmm.
talked about seasoning your cast iron and how important it is to not use soap and sponges on those,
Mm-hmm.
unless you're using a minimal amount of soap to sanitize it.
A very, very little.
Yes.
A drop or 2, no more. And I mean a little
It's
drop.
also important to know how much grease or vegetable oil it is to use to cook.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and once you're done rinsing it, your cast irons, make sure. Oh, I mean, I towel them off personally.
Oh, I've always just air dried it.
I towel them off.
I've hung it up so that it will drip down.
I towel it off because what I do is I also give it a coat of oil, specifically vegetable oil, and throw it in the oven for a bit to kind of seal it.
Still not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. But whenever we cook with the cast iron, I make sure to properly, quote unquote, clean it. Because
one of my earliest cast iron memories is during the Boy Scouts. Occasionally, one of the Scoutmasters would do a Dutch oven.
Those are fun.
Yeah.
For those who don't know how to cook with a Dutch oven, basically it's a cast iron pot and lid that you bury or put coals on top of.
My memory, sir.
Huh?
I said, this is my memory, damn it.
Well, you get to tell the story. I'm just telling what a Dutch oven is. Children. Just remember, respect your elders, kids.
I got the dog looking at me as I'm doing that. It's like, what are you doing?
It's like, don't be blaming those on me now. Anyways, as you were saying.
I don't know, what was I saying?
Boy Scouts Dutch oven. Not the bed kind either.
I was just about to say, this ain't lifting the pillow sheet, the blankets.
Another reason why I specified. Another reason why I specified which one we were talking about real quick before anyone could assume.
I mean, you're still burying something. But in the one I was remembering, it was burying the pot. So the cops couldn't find it.
Anyways.
I don't remember what they would cook, and honestly, one of my favorite meals from Boy Scouts was the hobo meal. And for those who don't know how to make that, is you would take your preferred meat, whether it was hamburger, steak, chicken, and you would take tin foil, aluminum foil, whatever you want to call it, and you would make roughly a bowl shape with it. Usually, I think it was about a half pound of meat, I think.
I have a feeling I have an idea what you're talking about.
and then you would take your choice of vegetables. I think usually it was something like corn, potatoes,
Carrots.
carrots, maybe one more. I'm not sure.
Onions.
But usually 4 or 5 things usually go into it. Beside that includes your meat, your veggies, your starch.
Mm-hmm. A semi well-rounded meal is what you got out of
Yeah.
it.
And then you would fold that up like you would a sub wrapper.
Mm-hmm.
Like roll it up, twist the ends, and just toss it in the fire.
Yep. My family calls those campfire meals.
Yeah, we called them hobo meals.
For us, what we would do is we'd specifically, when cooking those, would actually put like 2.
And your seasonings, your spices.
Oh yeah.
That's what I forgot.
What my family would do would be to take your aluminum foil, put 2 slices of onions, like not just rings, but the like whole slice of onion down. Put your chicken on top of that, and what that allowed it to do is still stay moist and kind of off the aluminum foil, so it wouldn't do too much sticking. And then you would put the carrots, potatoes, corn cobs around it. Roll it up.
We didn't do the cobs. We just had the cans, the canned ones, and there'd probably be like 2 or 3 cans worth poured into a bowl, and we would just scoop it out, layer it, wrap it up.
We always did the corn on the cob because it was easier to eat once cooked.
See, that's why I said we turned ours into a bowl shape.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you would just set it down and you wouldn't have to worry about anything spilling out.
Mm-hmm.
And you would also go, after you set it down in the fire, you would cover it with your coals.
You
wouldn't just set it on the fire or on a rack or something. You would actually, kind of like Dutch oven style, just not underground.
Now, mind you, this is more for camping, but you can do this at home too.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can do it on your grill. Just don't have the racks.
Mm-hmm. Be a good, quick barbecue kind of thing.
I don't remember how long you cook it for, though.
It's not for very long, actually. It was only a couple minutes, like 10 minutes at most, really, depending on the.
Maybe 10 to 15.
Yeah, 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how hot your coals are. Like depending on the type of wood and everything you're using.
Yeah.
Not
a bonfire. Don't.
No. No, you're talking about like something that you would cook in a grill.
Yeah.
Kind of coals.
Charcoal grills.
Mm-hmm. I mean, a campfire that works as well, but which next time we talk about like camping, homestead, or survival type stuff, I actually have a few fire systems to talk about when we get to that subject again.
What about you? I'm not carrying chicken or steak on me when I'm going survival camping.
Well, I mean, if you're hunting.
Yeah. Kill a small squirrel or something, that'll be enough meat.
Yeah, have a little.
And it's also one less reconnaissance for the animal kingdom.
Mm-hmm. But simple meals one should learn how to make. I mean, ramen, cheap and easy as it is not healthy and should not be something that one learns to live off of.
No, bad idea. Also, on the topic of ramen noodles, if you're listening to this, I know you're doing it. Stop microwaving that cup.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually one of the most commonly ignored.
It specifically says on the cup, do not microwave.
What does everybody do?
I'll be honest, I've done it once.
Oh, I've done it all the fucking time.
But I, at the same time, didn't see where it said do not microwave.
Oh no, I saw that one. That's still willfully just like everybody else does. But then I started working at places where they had the coffee makers,
Mm-hmm.
and it has that little spigot for hot water.
Honestly, businesses should have that in their break room specifically for ramen.
Because we're poor and we need ramen.
Step up the
Or I would
game,
also
corporate
use
America.
Keurig, and for anyone who has Keurigs, it's the 10-ounce option.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, something that something one should learn is basic nutrition as well, but that'll be a separate topic.
That'll definitely be a separate podcast.
I'm just gonna say this is like, do proper nutrition. I'm not saying like count calories and all that, but make sure you're getting your food groups. Make sure you're getting fruits, veggies.
I don't have anything going on the screen.
Grains. Your grains, your carbohydrates, natural sugars are what you'd want to look for, especially for those who are pre-diabetic, diabetic, whatever the case, have sugar sensitivities. I myself have started to get away from like grain sugar and switched over to honey personally as a sweetener.
I've started using keto sugar.
Like stevia and whatnot?
No, there's actually a keto brand. And I will use that for my teas and stuff.
Yeah.
Which I really need to start making my tea in the morning again. I've got so many tea bags I need to use.
Because one of the reasons I say this is, as Mandalorians, we should always be looking to improve ourselves. That includes our health, physically, mentally, all of it.
Now, I will say, for those of us who like popcorn, 1 tablespoon oil with every 3rd cup of kernels. If you're home popping.
Oh, it's so much better if you do that too.
I bought me a 6-quart popcorn maker. And I will make myself 2/3 cup kernels, which will make, I think it's 4 quarts of popcorn.
Makes a good amount, yeah.
And
it's so healthy, and it's a lot.
And fling it to the ground as the dog tax.
And it's so much healthier too.
The dogs will get some of your popcorn. It just depends on whether you're willingly giving it to them, or they're forcefully taking it by just sitting at your feet. It's like, you're gonna give me some, right? You're gonna give me some, right? You're gonna give me some, right? Fine, here you go.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised at how much you can actually, and this is going on to the health side and personal improvements of a Mandalorian, which is tenet.
Remember this? Is it bad that we don't remember this?
I'm slowly working on it. I have a thing here.
I would say it would be 10 to 6. Train both body and mind.
Yes. The proper diet falls under tenet 6 of improving the body in a healthy manner. Going into my medical side of things personally, I am actually needing to look into a better diet because I have IBS.
Same. I fucking hate it.
I have been in the bathroom for hours, and I'm not joking when I say that.
Oh no, I know the pain.
So
I know the pain.
I myself am looking into better, healthier options.
What do I do with it?
But as Amanda,
a commission while we're doing this too.
But that being said, I'm not saying don't go out there and don't have junk food.
Everybody has their cheat day. Mine happens to be every day.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of that way as well. However, if you can, and quite honestly, you'd probably save a lot more money um, actually cooking at home and meal prepping.
Oh yeah, I only
Mm,
eat out maybe once a month, and that's if I have the money.
Going into something in the home economics is meal prep. Plan your next week, get what you want, plan out what you're going to eat the next week. On the weekend or whenever it is your day off, plan till your next, cook your meals in accordance to what you're doing. And this is mostly for like lunch and going to school or work or whatever the case may be. Meal prepping can help so much with one's diet. Just make sure that what you're cooking is okay to be meal prepped, because like fish doesn't last for more than 3 days really in the fridge. So you could only really do like salmon and whatnot 3 days at a time, kind of thing. If that makes sense. But yes, meal prepping can actually help you deal with the stress of what am I going to eat today for lunch? What am I going to take for lunch at work?
Now, see, for me,
Kind
I
of
kind of do it.
situations.
I kind of do it the cheat way. I pretty much eat the same thing day in day out for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
I
And there's
buy
nothing wrong with that.
I buy in bulk 75 50-cent bag chips from Amazon, and it costs me about $40. I
Mm-hmm.
think those 75 little bags. It's the I don't know. I think they're like, hold on.
Lay the variety bags.
Yeah, but they're like, you go to this convenience store and they're like two for $1. Those are the sizes I'm getting, and I'll eat. I'll put three of those and a small bag of dessert, like the little mini Oreos,
Mm-hmm.
mini chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah,
What's it?
those bags, you're spending about 53 cents a bag
Yeah,
when you do that.
spending less by buying those in bulk
Mm-hmm.
than I would be if I go to the gas station every day and get my 3 bags and my dessert, because they don't sell
Mm-hmm.
those small bags of desserts. And if they did, it's not the same price that I pay for it buying bulk.
Exactly. Bulk buying, now, it's not something one can always do, and I understand that. Being the current financial situation that I am currently in, I am finding that it is hard to actually do bulk buying. However, when you can, I highly recommend bulk buying what you need.
Like, I actually set aside this amount because I know this is going to be my lunch.
Mm-hmm.
So, apparently, Destiny 2 servers are unavailable because I can't fuck in.
My problem. Probably under maintenance, actually.
I didn't remember seeing any tweets, so that I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Get into Amazon here for a second. Get into my subscriptions.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. I've got a how many pack is this? Oreo mini cookies, Chips Ahoy. Let's see. It's mini Oreos, mini Nutter Butters, mini Chips Ahoy, and a mini bag of Sour Patch Kids.
Mm-hmm. Now those would be your special
Those are my
treats
desserts.
for one's lunch.
Yeah. And then I've got a total of 75 bags of chips, which
Mm-hmm.
is like the chili cheese Fritos, Flamin' Hots,
Mm-hmm.
the kettle jalapenos, and the sweet spicy chili Doritos.
Frito Lays and all that.
Yeah, and I'll put one bag of those because there's less of those than the salt and vinegar, the classic, the
Mm-hmm.
onion and chives, which
Cheetos.
make up the bulk of those 75 bags.
Mm-hmm.
And so the desserts, trying to click on something here. It's not taking me to the fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean that one box of 75 can last you 2 months, 2.5 months
It's
almost.
actually 2 boxes, one of 35, one of 40.
Well, I'm just saying in total, the total quantity
Never.
lasts you about 2.5 months with one
No,
purchase.
nope.
It
This will last me a month. Like 25 lunches is what I get out of it. Because I put 3 bags each, 75 bags, 25 days.
Okay.
And the desserts, I'll get 32 snack packs in the one box.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have like 7 extra desserts. So after 3 months, I don't have to buy that month. That 4th month, I don't have to buy the box
Mm-hmm.
because I'll have enough left over from the previous 3 months
Mm-hmm.
that I'm good there. Then I've got my dog's dog food, which cost me like $60, but that's ordered every 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
This is on my subscribe and save.
Yeah, it's auto
I don't
purchased
have
and
to worry
sent
about yeah,
basically.
it's the auto purchase. It's the auto ship
Mm-hmm.
where I don't have to worry about it. I've even got my oil filter, some 3D filament that'll ship every 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Then my brother and sister-in-law, we share the Amazon subscription. So they've got their own stuff that they have shipped to their house.
Mm-hmm. They have their list. You have yours. You all chip in for
Yeah.
for the Prime subscription, and
Oh no,
all works out.
I pay for most of the streaming services, so this is my payment from them.
Mm,
I get to use their Amazon Prime account
okay.
instead of having to go out and get my own.
Okay.
It just works better that way, easier that way.
Um, but yeah, doing something like that, like for me, something similar would be a bag of chips, a bag of the dessert, the dessert snack, um, and then a sandwich, and that would be my lunch for a day. What 1 or 2 sandwiches would be my lunch for the till they run out. And for
Yeah.
me, with what you're, if I was to do the same, personally, I would only be having one bag.
The price of how much this
Mhm.
let's see, 20,
My wife would kill me if I brought more than one bag of chips for lunch.
Yeah, and for 25 days,
Mm-hmm.
basically $57.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad.
Because
So hold on, divided by 25, that's basically 225 a day.
mm-hmm.
You're thinking if you're going to the gas station, you're easily going to be spending what, $8 or $10 because you're going to be getting a soda, which I keep a 2 liter in the car for my drink. So I'm not
Drinking on the
spending
job,
$2 or $3
taking
for
your
a
weed with you.
no 2 liter of caffeine-free Big K.
Mm.
I try to do as little caffeine as possible. The only caffeine I'll actually drink would be a tea, or if I actually feel like it and I
Coffee.
feel like eating. No, I don't do coffee. I don't want to poop.
Ah, fair.
You drink coffee to get energized. The best it can do is make you poop.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it's gonna do.
Espresso. Turbo shits.
Yeah,
Turbo 06.
right. I know you need to go out. We're not going out right now. Ooh, it's almost time for bed. I just saw that. What time it is?
Um,
I got about another 45 minutes, if I'm being honest. But probably 15 to 20 before I want to get off and go to bed. Or start getting ready for bed.
Understandable. Um,
But getting back to home economics side of the topics, we also want to make sure that you know a lot of people don't know how to do their own laundry. I know it's going to be more along the lines of the ID cards.
Here's a question for you. How do you divide your laundry?
Uh, I don't, for the simple reason all of my stuff is colored.
Okay.
It all goes in one load. I don't. The few amounts of whites that I have is like maybe 2 or 3 shirts.
Okay.
So that's not enough for even a small load. All of my
Understandable.
socks are black tube socks. Underwear's all colored. Pants, they're either blue jeans or cargos.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have to separate those. And all of my shirts are colored shirts, so
Okay.
there is no separation.
Yeah, for
I wore tidy whities. Yeah, that was back when I was living at parents' house, but like childhood,
never worn
and
tidy
mother would run
whities.
a white load.
I've never worn tidy whities. Never in my life.
Bought, so that's what I had to wear. Me personally, I'm obviously I'm not endorsed by them, but I love Shinesty. I love having the ball hammock.
Hmm.
Keeps the boys away from the legs.
Mm-hmm. Duluth Bowl.
Yeah, Duluth has their thing. Haynes actually has their own
Mm-hmm.
style of it too. It's not.
Starting to
It's
become more
more of the shape
popular.
of a T than it is a hammock.
Mm-hmm. Anyways,
So yeah. Hey, you started this by talking about laundry.
I did, but I asked how to sort it, not. Anyways, um, for me,
So
I
damn
actually,
expensive nowadays, though. Holy shit!
Kat, you want to know how you become an adult?
You bitch about the price of clothing.
No. For Christmas, as a kid, you're like, oh man, socks. Ugh. As an adult, you're like, oh, sweet
Yay,
socks.
fuck!
That's how you
Every
know.
year, I get like 2 or 3 pairs of pants from my mother. I was like, "Thank you, mom."
Yup.
What's up, dum dum?
That's how men
Yeah.
are. Come Christmas, socks.
Socks, shirt. Most of the time, I get pants and shirts.
Mm-hmm.
The shirts are usually a Star Wars themed shirt, and the pants are either going to be jeans or cargo pants.
Mm-hmm.
And
Um,
maybe 1 or 2 Legos. Not saying no.
um,
Maybe a book or two.
in my household, granted, it is me and my my wife. Um, we have it separated into lights, darks, towels, and then jeans. Now we do jeans because I typically have manufacturing jobs, so they get quite dirty with other things.
Yeah, now see, that's one thing I might have to start doing because I work at a recycling facility
Mm-hmm.
and we deal with Walmart plastic bales.
I'm very familiar with those.
And yeah, when they're getting baled, there's no liquids, but if you remember, they are stored outside.
Mm-hmm.
So they get wet with the rain.
Yup, and
Not
Walmart don't
every
care.
store will purge their plastics of all liquids. I have found most of the time they'll be empty, but Coke bottles,
Mm-hmm.
Fanta. Uh, I have found a few half-empty Fanta bottles recently.
Mm-hmm.
Detergent bottles, at least with those, the baler's going to be smelling nice,
Yeah.
and not like complete dog shit like it did the last 2 days. Uh, but I'm the bale operator.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, includes me being in a air conditioned Bobcat because
Lucky.
that's what we use to move the. They call it OCC, but it's the cardboard
Mm-hmm.
that the waste management boxes will dump on the ground. I'll take my Bobcat. grab that, put it on the line. But every so often, I'll have to purge the line and put, they call it film, but it's the Walmart bales that have been separated from hangers, trash, and what they call film, which is the plastic. After I'm done with the plastic, trash, and hangers, I've got to shut the machine down, lock it out, and clean it. And with all this liquid, it will splat. It nasty.
It get nasty.
So the boots that I will normally wear for home and around town are now going to have to become my work boots, which are going to stay at work. So I now have to go out and get a pair of shoes or boots, whatever I want, for normal wear. And I don't know if I'm going to buy another pair of the exact same pair that I wear for work for home, because those are $300 pair of boots. Albeit, yeah, they're Ariats, they're comfortable, and again, I'm not endorsed by them. I'm not endorsing them because
We're not sponsored.
I'm not sponsored, but I like them. They're comfortable for my feet. They're zip up and they have Velcro. Easy on, easy off. And they're steel toed. And if I have something fall on my metatarsal, it's got that metatarsal guard, so it doesn't hurt as bad. I'm still going to bruise, but it's not going to break anything.
You hope.
Yeah, depending on how hard it's falling, yeah. But I'm also more than likely going to get pants and shirts for work purposes. Because at some point, like I said, it's nasty at work. I might be in an air-conditioned Bobcat, but when I have to clean the machine, obviously I'm not in my skid steer. And it's nasty.
Now, before I got with my reader, I would actually separate laundry into darks, pants, like denim jeans, lights, whites.
If I had enough to, yeah, I would as well.
And lights, whites, and like socks and underwear would go in with towels.
Oh, that's the other thing. I'll do towels and bed sheets in their own loads.
Yeah, bed sheets were their own.
I usually don't combine clothing and I guess you'd call it toiletry.
Yeah, toiletry.
Or bedding and toiletry stuff get their own wash. And I'll usually wash my bed sheets, and I'll wash the towels more often than this. But
towels once a week, like everything else. Yeah. Beds, sheets and pillows and all that, twice a month.
Yeah, mine get changed out once a month.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you've got the extra bedding to do so, yeah. If you don't, if you only have the one set, then you're going to want to wash it twice a month. Pillows actually should be washed twice a month, just not if they're foam.
Yeah, I can't wash my pillow. It's one of those backrest pillows.
Yeah, so that's got like memory foam and whatnot.
Arms on it. I can't take the cover off of that because it's a sewn. It has no zipper.
You could, depending on the size, you should be able to throw it in just as is, depending on the internals.
Too big.
So you'd have to go to like a washateria.
Yeah. And I'm not doing that when I have my own washer. No, I'm not spending $10 for a pillow to get washed.
Yeah, understandable. But if you are going to do your pillows, because most standard size pillows can fit in your wash machine, do only one or two at a time. And here's the thing when it comes to wash machines, I know they're cheaper, or I know they're more expensive, but I highly recommend front load washers.
Yes.
The reason being is you will get a cleaner wash with less water than a top spin washer.
One word of advice on those. I actually worked for Sears in their appliance department.
Console Plus.
You have to keep the seal clean.
Mm-hmm.
That is most likely where it will mold.
Yep.
Is on that rubber seal.
Yeah, they used to have drainage problems, no matter what the brand was. Nowadays, they've gotten better about that and have
Because front loads
seals.
are more popular. But when I was working for them, front loads were basically just coming out.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm saying like in the beginning, yes, that is true. That is
In
the
the
case,
beginning.
and even nowadays, that's true to a certain degree. Some of the higher ends have like the antimicrobial seals
Yeah.
on them that it takes a lot for those to mold up.
It's still recommended to, I think, once a month bleach
Mm-hmm.
higher machine, like run it without clothes in it.
Yeah,
But still the detergent thing with bleach instead of detergent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, put
Like you would
bleach.
twice.
Put bleach in, run it through its clean wash cycle.
I think we just ran it through a
A
full
normal.
normal cycle.
The wash cycle uses the hottest water setting for antibacterial. Granted, the bleach should help with that as well. Which
I mean, you could just run it on a hot wash, hot rinse.
Yeah, multi rinse too.
Like, yeah, opt in for that second rinse cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said, like we're saying, the front load washers, even the top loads,
Mm-hmm.
just put it on the smallest setting for the top loads. Or sometimes those might actually come with a clean cycle instead of running a normal wash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there are actually some front load washers and even top load washers that they have sensors in them that if they don't read that there's an actual load in, it's not going to run.
Yeah, which is why they would.
That's why the clean.
I think they would opt in for that clean cycle if it's that sensor load.
Mm-hmm. Most front loads nowadays have those because it determines the amount of water that's going to go into the bin. Because the thing is, when washing clothes, and you will notice a little more lint in your dryer. And first and foremost, all lint is the fibers from your clothing, for the most part. It's the fibers from your clothing coming off in the dryer.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. You don't actually have to use dryer sheets.
If anything, it's more so for static guard.
Yeah. And if you're not getting a lot of static on your clothing, you don't have to use them.
Mm-hmm.
One of the downsides of using them, here's a fun fact, if you do use dryer sheets, take your filter and run some water over it.
Mm-hmm.
If the water is pooling, you need to wash that filter like ASAP.
Mm-hmm. Fabric softener is used in
leaving a film on that filter. Yeah, you might be rubbing off the dryer lint.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean it's clean.
Yeah,
that actually caused a fire. Oh, that brings up the other thing.
Make sure
clean out the inner workings. Don't just clean out that dryer filter, the lint filter.
Mm-hmm.
Actually get a hose and vacuum up inside of where that filter, that lint catcher, sits.
Bust out the vacuum.
Go around to the outside, and
they make dryer cleaning kits, and truth be told, if you have it, a leaf blower.
I was just about to say, fun fact: a leaf blower will work.
A leaf blower blows out enough force to
Like,
the.
you'll actually want to pull the dryer out and then tuck the leaf blower into the vent hose,
Mm-hmm.
and it will blast everything out outside.
Yeah, still gonna
Now,
want to go through with a brush if you have them. And
yeah,
like Home
if you have a
Depot,
powerful
Lowe's,
leaf blower, you ain't got to worry about it. It'll blast out 95% of it.
depending on how long it's been.
Good point.
Now, one thing to know in regards to lint, you can use it as kindling.
Yep. You
Makes
can make
very
it.
makes very good kindling.
A little bit of cotton,
Mhm.
like not just cotton, because that's pretty much what you're using is
Mhm.
100% cotton. Uh, a little bit of lint, something to roll it up in, which is why I'm saying the cotton, like a first aid cotton,
Mhm. Like
like
gauze.
yeah, gauze. There we go. Roll up some dryer lint in that gauze, tuck that away, either in like a snack baggie or maybe even roll it up in some tin foil, aluminum foil, whatever you want to call it.
I guess this
And
can be. I guess this can kind of fall under
away.
a general knowledge kind of thing. If you know how to make charcoal, take the charcoal, ground it into a powder, and you can mix it with a little bit of water and put the gauze and lint mixture into it, and then let it dry, and you will have a very good um, fire match. Not match, but a good fire stick
I was
starter.
gonna say, please tell me you're not telling them to use charcoal as for a charcoal filter.
No, that I mean,
That's a specific type of charcoal. That's not your Kingsford briquettes.
yeah, that's coal. That what's in like active charcoal filters is coal. Which, if you haven't used charcoal filters, you can light those and use as a heat source.
Or use a MRE. No, no, I'm not saying that.
Nope,
Nope,
nope.
no, bad idea. Excuse me.
The Mando After Dark for that one. The one
Nope,
that
that's
doesn't get
basically
recorded.
an explosive.
Yeah, no, no, no. We don't teach how to make those. We do not teach how to make those. You start talking about that, and Auto Hutun's going to show up. Watch.
Right.
Um. Oh,
MRE explosive. Summons Aru. Damn it, got
something
it.
basic handyman skills. You should know how to do basic handyman work around the house. Basic plumbing, basic wiring, knowing how to um, check fuses. Like how to, like if you come up to a fuse box and it's unlabeled, knowing how to check and figure out what it is. Mind you, pray to God you don't turn the one for the water heater off for too long,
I'll
because
start flicking them off and on and see, hey, it's lights off in this room.
I mean, for the most part, it's have something small that's drawing power, like a simple light in each room kind of situation. You do this all at once, and then you go through, you turn one breaker off. All right, what turned off?
Write it down.
Write it
Put it
down,
on that breaker.
put it on that breaker, turn that breaker back on. You go through that and do it all down the line.
Now I will put this notice out there. If you do have a a fuse box that is already labeled,
Mm-hmm.
you may not know what each thing is. If you're looking for plugs, chances are they might have labeled them as receptacles.
Or just broad kitchen.
That could be too. But then again, that could be your kitchen lights, or it could be your kitchen plugs.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be the disposal, because
Mm-hmm.
that's going to have its own circuit too.
Sometimes, yeah.
The disposal and the dishwasher will be on their own circuit. The lights will have its own circuit.
Stove
and
is
all
gonna
the plugs
stove
will
is
be
gonna
on
have
it.
stove is
The
gonna
stove
have
will
his
have
own because it's a 220.
Yeah. And the rest of them will probably be 110s.
Mm-hmm.
Your laundry, you'll
Your dryer is gonna be a 220. Your washer is most likely gonna be a 110.
yeah. Well, not always. It depends on the plug.
Well, the
Yeah,
dryer's gonna
the,
be a 220. It's just whether or not it's a 3-prong or a 4-prong. Or
it's not going to be the same outlet as your washer for one.
mm-hmm. Yes, whenever you buy a dryer or a stove, you're going to need, unless you're buying secondhand and it just so happens to come.
The dryer does not.
Hmm?
The stove will come with its own plug.
No.
The dryer you will have to buy.
No.
Pigtail to go with it.
You'll have to do it for a dryer as well, or for a stove. For a stove.
I've never seen the stove not come with.
The stove's 220s come in either 3-prong or 4-prong as well.
I'm pretty sure the ones my parents have bought have always had the 220. Like the
unless
standard.
they're starting to come more common, because we just bought a brand new stove and it didn't have a plug with it.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's because of the fact that 220s either come with 3-prong or 4-prong.
So the ones we've always had have always been the
newer
standard outlet.
Newer houses tend to come with the 4-prong, whereas older houses are 3-prong 220s.
The house my parents are in was brand new built, and it was 3. It was the standard outlet receptacle. Could have used the fridge on it, the dishwasher, disposal, phone charger.
Well, that's a 120 or a 110.
Yeah, that's the outlet that the stove plugs into.
No, it's not. A stove, it needs a lot more power than that.
Okay, but I understand it's probably a 220 outlet, but it's the same receptacle as
the breaker, yeah.
Well, no, I'm talking about the plug itself. It's not the pigtail like you find for your dryer. Yep.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, it's not the same plug as your dryer. I know what you're talking about, but no, that's not the plug there. Actually, I can check my stove. Be right back. No, dum-dum, you're not going out.
Gotta love that walking around stove sliding ASMR, right podcast. No, that'll This will probably get cut out, this little section here. This part will get cut out.
Okay, it might be a gas stove versus electric stove thing.
Yes, gas stoves have their standard 110 outlet plugs, because I sent you a picture of an electric stove.
Yeah, and that's
those
like what I've got on mine, but I've got the gray plug instead of the black.
Yeah, the color doesn't mean anything. Well, no, actually, I think that's how they color code the 3-prong and 4 prongs. Actually, either that or that's just the manufacturer of the plug. But yeah, your standard electric stove does not come. A gas stove, however, does run on your regular plug.
That's probably why I remember it always having that 110 plug.
Mm-hmm. Which is why I'm sitting here like,
I was raised with gas.
Mm-hmm.
Not
I'm sitting here like, that doesn't sound right.
Even the dryer was gas.
Yeah, that, I'll be honest, until I worked for Cons Home Plus, I didn't realize that there was such a thing as a gas dryer. I'm like, that feels like a bomb waiting to happen.
Nope.
I say that for the dryer, yet not for the stove, but it's like...
Right.
The idea of the gas stove makes more sense than the gas dryer to me for some reason. I don't think I'll ever own a gas dryer. What the fuck?
I found a new setting.
Okay. You found the soundboard.
Yep.
Okay. Probably should not use those unless it's the Mando after hour. Yes. Little correction with what we were saying. Your Okay, I'm gonna find a way to get that removed from you. I don't think we should use those during the podcast recordings, unless it's in the Mando after hour, which isn't going to be happening today.
I don't have permissions to upload sounds to this server. Damn it!
I fear what you might upload if you were given that authority. But yes. Your standard electric stove will have its own breaker, being that it is a 220 plug outlet. If it is a gas stove, you're obviously going to be using your regular wall 110 outlet.
Last one, I promise.
Got so much editing I need to do now. You just made the editing harder. I do wish to add like music and whatnot before and after this, like proper intros and outros eventually. Maybe next season. Maybe when we get the money. Who knows? Maybe I'll talk about raising money for that kind of thing to get a production value for these.
I'm not saying we should, but we could also put the podcast on subscription base.
I'd rather not.
I would rather not as well. That's not something I want to do. I don't want to put this behind a paywall for people.
Yeah, I mean, we maybe could talk about something for... All right, you. Possibly a... what is it, Patreon? Possibly doing a Patreon to raise funding for the podcast and having our standard shows be completely free and open And then
And does After Dark being behind the paywall?
not necessarily, but having a special, more in depth kind of thing, or allowing patrons to select the podcast votes kind of thing, amongst other
Oh.
suggest ideas and all that along with.
I've tried doing that even with just Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one or two people will actually upvote on something, so I just stopped. There was only one or two people.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody was interacting.
Well, I mean, got to keep up with it. Is the thing. Because, I mean, if we were to do that, we could definitely increase the quality of these podcasts as well. We have a YouTube channel, correct?
Yeah, that's where it's Udesla Jorir is the creator for it, which is one of our Allure.
I might want to talk to the Allure in regards to having a Mandoa podcast specific YouTube channel. That way.
I mean, sure, we can post to it. It's just we have to have video.
Mm-hmm. Which,
like, that's not an option. There has to be video on YouTube. It can't just be a voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which, I mean, I've been doing that even for Spotify.
Okay. I would think we would actually want some, not just a static background like what we do for the...
oh, I could definitely edit... If this is going on YouTube, I definitely would be adding in more visual things to it. Topic for a discussion for a later date, though. Back to...
Actually, I'm going to put this out to the listeners. If you guys want us to... Even if it's a live podcast where we turn webcams on and stuff, let us know.
I have talked
or
about...
if you want to watch us stream something like a video game,
might need to talk to the... Might need to talk to... Because I have talked to the Allure in regards to streaming on, like, Twitch and whatnot.
I don't think they would have a problem with it. As long as it's something appropriate. We're not going to be streaming porn.
Oh, of course not. What do you think this is? OnlyFans?
Well, I mean, we could start an OnlyFans. That's what it was originally meant for.
Only Helms?
Only Helms. That would be our channel name. Only Helms. Put that on a shirt right now. But yeah, that's what OnlyFans was originally meant for. It wasn't meant to be a corn site. It was meant for people to get fan-based content out of their creators.
Mm-hmm.
It just happens to be that corn took it over. Like, let's say, I don't know, let's say that you as a Twitch streamer started an OnlyFans, and you would put, instead of everything that you did would show up on Twitch, you would save some of it for your OnlyFans. And that's it's basically, it was supposed to be something like a Patreon page, where you would get exclusive content that you didn't get on your free page.
Mm-hmm. And I mean...
Shut up!
Would people be willing to even donate to such a thing for us to...
I'm sure they would. We just have to make sure we're telling them what that money is going toward.
Could we accept donations like that and not risk our status?
We wouldn't be doing it for profit. It would more, with the podcast in specific, we're doing this for the faith, so it would go into the same account that the GoFundMe goes.
Okay.
Because this is not something we're doing for profit.
And then we would just ask basically our treasurer for funds to upgrade equipment and whatnot, kind of thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or maybe do a travel and do a in-person podcast, the two of us.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that would be fun, being able to go to like meet and greets.
Yeah.
Imagine us two.
I'm sure there's some kind of podcast convention.
I mean, there's TwitchCon. There's a bunch of things. But
yeah, we could go to a Star Wars Con or something, or
don't.
San Diego Comic Con. That would be great.
That would be nice. Don't necessarily quite want to get too close to being associated with the mouse. We do want people to understand that we are separate and we are of our own faith and all that. So our image and everything will need to be up there if we were to do something like that. But I guess that would be just let us know in comments if Spotify has those.
It does.
Let us know in comments. We do.
But it's there.
I am going to start looking at that kind of stuff more now that I have the free time, sadly. Well, not sadly. Reason for having the free time is sad, but... Yay, job hunting.
Ooh, sorry to hear that.
Mm-hmm. 'Tis the medical life. Or when one has medical problems. But... Basic handyman skills one should learn. Knowing how to cook for yourself. Learn how to cook for yourself. For those who are teaching young ones, teach them to cook for themselves before you teach them to cook for a group.
So just for reference, I'm on the home like our side of the podcast page.
Mm-hmm.
We've had an all-time play of 1,585 plays so far. Mm-hmm. Our last 7 days, the audience size has been about 18 people. Obviously, our current balance is 0 because we're not monetizing anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
Going to analytics. Let's see. Wait for it to load.
Last episode had 5 people listening to it.
So far, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Today we've had no people listening to anything new.
Mm-hmm.
Then,
But, I mean, we do this for our audience to be more informative, to...
Oh, nice. We had 1 play on the intro to language and vocab on the 18th, on Friday.
Oh, nice.
Oh, speaking of which, I need to talk about the concert a little bit. It was fucking fantastic. My very first Lindsey Sterling concert was Friday night.
Lucky.
I'm just glad that I was able to afford the ticket. I wanted to do her meet and greet, but I didn't have $400 to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, shut up, dog. Her meet and greets, yeah, there's going to be a lot of people there, but there's a lot to do. This tour, because it was summer, she was doing a picnic. The Christmas one, and you were getting some kind of special gift, too. And she had a group called Walk of the Earth, which I've never heard of before. They got some good songs, though. Some dog. Just because somebody might be walking past the patio, she's got to bark. But they also did a lot of cover songs, too. Like, what was one of them? They did some Beatles. They did Somebody I Used to Know. Lindsay came out and did her violin on one of their songs, and every so often, yeah, I know, I should be going. But every so often, one of the singers from Walk of the Earth would also come out and sing the lines for one of Lindsay's songs.
Nice.
Shut up.
But yeah, just a recap for now.
I'm gonna mute so you can do that.
Yeah, I'll do the recap. Just a little recap. Learn to for those who have young ones, teach them to cook for themselves first before trying to teach them to cook for a group. Quite honestly, work on meal prepping. Buy in bulk when you can actually save you a lot of financial money. I know we have an episode on homesteading coming up in a couple weeks that I have a lot of information to give on that one, for tips and tricks and things to have for basically living off the grid. Basic home handymans, carpentry, electrical work, plumbing. Know where your main water break is on all, or learn where the shutoff valves on all your water items, your sinks, your toilet, your wash machine. If it uses water, know where the shutoff is for it. Because should something happen, first and foremost, you need to get that water supply cut off one way or another.
I'm gonna add in on that if you don't know where those particular ones are, know where your main water comes in. And you can just shut it off right then and there and don't have to worry about anything else in the house.
Now, I do specify try to do the ones for the sinks, washer, toilet. I can't really do the shower. Shower, if something's wrong with the shower, you're definitely going to need to do the water main. But typically, those living in an apartment, those are the only ones you're going to have access to. You're not going to have access to the water main for your unit, most likely.
Yeah, most likely. I know, me personally, the only ones I can get to are the sinks and the toilet.
And of course your washer.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
That one.
Know where those are. Know where your circuit breaker is. Clean your air filters for your AC units regularly. Just for cleaner air.
And if you live in an apartment, get with your complex management. They will change it out for you for free.
Or they will give you the stuff to do it yourself.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. My apartment went without a filter change for almost 2 years straight. Oops. Stop rolling your eyes at me. I'm
not rolling my eyes.
I know you are.
No, I'm not. My eyes are doing something else.
You dumbass. Get your filters changed. But yeah, we do need to start wrapping up. So next week we'll go into the second topic, which is going to be vehicle care.
Outside the
And
house.
that's going to be your more general maintenance related stuff. We're not going to tell you to take apart your engine and stuff.
No.
Oil change, your tire rotations, fill in your tires.
Oh, one thing I'd like to add for the home economic sites:
Yeah.
take a shower regularly. Use deodorant.
That's not part of home ec. That's self care.
Or self-care. There you go. That one I want to put in right now is on the self-care
we're going to
side.
preempt that by saying, take a shower, you nasty fucks.
God. I understand nerds and geeks have the stigma of being sweaty, smelly, old, fat people or whatever. I'm sorry.
As soon as I get home, I take the dog out and I take a shower.
When
I work in a recycle facility, it get nasty.
Here's how bad it got for nerds. Tournaments started having it as part of the rules, saying you need to have proper hygiene or you will be disqualified. Because it would get so bad.
Being the fat man from World of Warcraft on South.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because people would basically use their smell to distract their opponents while playing games and whatnot. It's like I understand.
They didn't realize they stank it.
I understand why people were arrested for hosing others down with Axe body spray.
That's technically assault and battery.
It is, but at the same time, it's well deserved.
It's still battery. That's sad, but true.
As much as the cops are pretty much going to sit there and say, I agree with you. Sorry to say you can't do that.
Right.
He deserved it. Yes, he did.
He needs to take a shower.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he does, but that doesn't mean you spray him down with the Axe body wash.
Sadly.
Yeah.
You're going to get kudos from the cops as they're taking you away with shiny new bracelets.
I can't condone what you did, but good job.
Can't condone it, but that doesn't mean I don't agree. I don't agree with it.
Right.
But yes, take a shower, people. Have proper hygiene.
How are you, dirty fucks?
Brush your teeth.
Dirty, dirty people.
With that being said, thank you for... Alright, me and you are going to have a talk after here, mister. I'm going to have a talk about that soundboard.
I'm going to be a nuisance.
We are trying to be professional here.
No, you're trying to be professional here. I'm trying to be a nuisance.
We're trying to be professional. Anyways. Thank y'all for... I'm about to ask if I could get permission to mute people in here.
It's going to get edited out anyways. I don't care.
It's kind of hard to edit when it's in the middle of the main topic. Exactly. Anyways, thank y'all for joining us.
Thank you, people.
Thank y'all for joining us in this episode. Next one will be coming out in 2 weeks or so, maybe sooner, maybe a little. Well, no later than our next recording.
We really need to start editing these as soon as possible. A week after we record, it's a little too.
I currently have time for that, and not to mention I have to work it around my daughter's schedule as well. So.
All right. Y'all have a good night now. You hear?
Check us out on YouTube for our more sermons, I believe is what those would be.
On the YouTube is the attendance.
Mm-hmm.
Kando coming in.
Hey, Kando, coming in as we're signing off.
So the attendance sermons are on the YouTube. That's mainly what is posted there.
Mm-hmm.
TikTok will also get
motivational like videos.
Facebook the Armorers Guild. We really need people to start hitting up the guild for commission stuff.
Yes, don't. As much as we do have this tenet of self-sufficient, don't be afraid to hit up the Vore of the Armorers Guilds. They are more than willing to work with.
3D prints, we do it all.
I'm having to figure out how to get the funding so I can practice leathersmithing.
I actually just started making stamps.
Yes, I will be talking to you if you have the ability to make one of those into a metal stamp for leatherworking.
Well, actually, you can use a 3D print stamp. I actually just made one for one of our leather workers, Mark Masters. I don't remember what his Discord handle is. But I made the Armorers Guild seal into a stamp, and it works great.
Nice. I would want a metal one for more longevity purposes over the polymer.
And it gets better quality out of the metal. But 3D print doesn't do that bad.
Yeah, I'm probably going to look into one of the ones that you made when I finally do get accepted to the Armorers Guild as a more of a brand or like mark than a stamp itself.
Yeah, well, that's what this is. I'll send you a picture later after.
Oh, I've seen it. I saw it. Yeah, check us out on Facebook. Check out the Armorers Guilds there as well. YouTube, TikTok. Our Discord server always has people talking about different things. Trying to think, where else are we at?
Too much, so I don't know usually what's going on there.
Are we on X?
Yeah,
formerly known as Twitter?
I think we have a Twitter. Hold on. Facebook, Discord, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Spotify for the podcast. Which we really need to start posting that in other places as well. And we also have a site called MeWe, MEWE. I don't know how much that's getting used right now. I think that's supposed to take over for Discord at some point. Because that's a Discord-like platform.
I think we're possibly going to be moving over there because their terms of service aren't as strict with certain topics.
Worry about how we say something. Versus, like, we can't say, like, gun. We have to use Trésor. Or
Trésor.
Saying the actual word for it in Discord. No, I mean like the English translation. We have to use the synonym.
Yeah.
But that being said, I need to go to bed, so...
Yes, with that being said, thank you all for being here, and this is Zelnamore, Ebe Kruni, this is the way.
This is Kadale Kabur, Ebe Kruni.